So guys, it looks like we have an update regarding the Harry Potter HBO series. It looks like they're building the Great Hall, and we have some behind the scenes images showing the construction of the Great Hall. This is so exciting, guys. I've been rereading some of the Harry Potter books. I cannot wait for this show. I think it's going to be incredible. Potentially one of the biggest shows of all time. So anyway, let's get into this article. Let's break down some of this information. Then we'll dive in and take a look at those behind the scenes construction images of the Great Hall. So this comes to us from the Sci-Fi and Fantasy Gazette. Harry Potter set photos reveal an early first look at the TV show's take on Hogwarts Great Hall. I mean, one of the most pivotal locations in the entire franchise of Harry Potter. So many great scenes, so many like friendships and conversations and dialogue and things happen within the Great Hall. The setting and the way that it looks is really important to the DNA of the franchise. And like I say, just a lot of really important scenes happen in that location. So it's very important to the fan base. HBO's upcoming Harry Potter reboot still needs to fill a few key roles, and as the TV series gears up to begin shooting, construction on the show's massive practical set continues. By the way, if you want to see about the casting of all the important characters in this series, I'll put my video down below in the description. So check out that video of me covering the casting news of this show if you're not quite up to date with all that casting stuff, guys. So, we've seen Privet Drive and bare bones versions of Platform 9 3/4, and snaps of what looks like Hogwarts Great Hall have just found their way online. They don't show much, but all signs point to it being a suitably impressive take on the key location in the books and movies. So, topping what we saw in the latter will be no easy feat, though that goes for every location that's being recreated in Harry Potter. Yeah, I mean, inevitably, there's going to be massive kind of contrast and conversations about, you know, what's this show going to look like compared to the movies. And a lot of people even on social media are saying, like, they've already got the Great Hall, they've already got the set built for the Great Hall. Why didn't they not just use the one from the movies? And it's like, because we're rebooting this universe, you can't use an exact same set that you did for the movies. It would confuse the fan base into thinking that it's part of the same universe, that the Great Hall looks exactly the same as it did in the movies. You can't do that. We're rebooting here. We have to make it look different. We have to have our own unique spin for the show, a different kind of concept of what the Great Hall looks like. Okay, so there's a great amount of construction currently taking place in the UK, and one can't help but wonder whether this will be another tourist attraction for Warner Brothers somewhere down the line. The Harry Potter Studio Tour is right around the corner and houses many of the sets and costumes featured in the movie franchise. I've been to the Harry Potter Studio Tour several times. I love it. Seeing the original props, sets, and kind of clothing and costumes and everything up close is just absolutely incredible. It's a great place to go. If you've not been to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour for Harry Potter in London, definitely go and check it out, guys. While this TV series has the opportunity to spend a lot more time with these characters than those, heaps of big moments never made it off the page, thanks to restriction of the 2-hour runtime. Yeah, that was the problem with the movies. They had to compress the books into kind of like a small runtime, whereas with the series, it gives us more kind of pacing and more kind of time to explore and expand into those kind of B-plots that we didn't get to in the movies. And we pointed out above, it's hard to say how it will otherwise differentiate, if I can say that word, itself from what's come before. That's the thing. I mean, you're rebooting this universe, so it's like, how do you make it worth your while? You have to change it up enough to make it feel different, but how do you do that without ultimately changing the DNA of what this universe is? I mean, the Great Hall, there's only so many things you can do with it before it looks completely different from what the Great Hall actually is. So you have to change it enough to make it different, but not so much that it doesn't look like the Great Hall. So it's a very fine line to balance. I'm sure the set designers are going to do a fantastic job. I have all the faith in the world in them. But anyway, let's get to these images. So we're going to go over to Twitter here. Let's go out, X I should say, I keep calling it Twitter. So from the Wizarding World Direct, the Great Hall set is being built for the Harry Potter TV series. And that comes to us via Victoria McLean. So we have these images here. Like I said in the article, it doesn't give us a whole lot, but it's the fact that the set is being built. It's tangibilization. The project is being constructed. It's going to start being shot, I believe, the end of this year or next year. Either way, the fact that this is actually coming to fruition and we're going to be getting a big budget series of Harry Potter is so exciting. But you can see the kind of the archway starting to form here. You can see in the background as well, they've got some of the other kind of stone structures and stone kind of details on the walls in the background. And the fact that this is just coming together, it's like a dream come true for many, many people. It really, really is. We've had all those films, and now we're getting a huge TV series. I mean, what more could you want? Hogwarts Legacy 2 as well. That's going to be coming as well. I think that was announced as well. So, and I think it's supposed to have a tie-in with this series, which is great. So, moving on to the next image. Again, we get a look at that kind of archway, but from outside the studio building. It looks like someone here is... You can see the green metal fence in the foreground. So, it looks like someone's kind of walking around the studio lot, and they've managed to zoom into the actual building, and they've managed to catch this image inside the studio lot, which is kind of cool. But, like, why is there just a big gaping hole in the side of the studio building here? For people to take pictures. That's kind of crazy. You would think that they would put, like, a big sheet or something over here so people can't take pictures. But, they're obviously not that concerned about it. But, yeah, really, really cool. Is that a gigantic wand? I've only just noticed that. A gigantic wand. Yeah, that looks like a gigantic wand. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, the next one, again, another picture from the same side of the building with the archway and kind of all the struts going along. It looks like they're probably going to plaster over it to make it look like stone. And again, some details in the background. There looks like to be an archway, a stone archway in the background. And we see something from a completely different angle here. So it looks like the stonework is coming together. We've got a guy on a little gurney thing here going up. And it looks like they're plastering, again, the side here. And this looks like to be a hallway inside of Hogwarts. And you can see there's a stone archway there. There's a big gap here. Maybe this is a big door or something here. But it looks like they're obviously plastering over it. The fake kind of stonework. But yeah, I can see this coming together. I can kind of imagine this in my mind, what this is going to look like. So imagine the stonework is complete. Imagine all these gaps are filled in. You've got an archway there. We've got some kind of... candle lanterns, we've got some images on the wall, those moving pictures that you see in Hogwarts and some students, and I can imagine this looking really, really cool, similar to the movie, but the mind boggles. So, does this mean we will really get a new version of Hogwarts Castle that's more faithful to the book description that includes the entrance hall and the marble staircase? What about the casting of Snape? If they don't fix the casting, the show is dead on arrival. I think that's absolute BS, that's not the case. The whole series must cost a fortune. Yeah, they're going to be spending several hundreds of millions on this. The biggest show of all time. One of the biggest shows of all time. I'm hoping Hogwarts looks different from the show. For the show. But keep Hedwig's theme as the intro. I have a feeling, and I really hope it's true, that the TV show Hogwarts will resemble one in the Hogwarts Legacy that would keep the resemblance with the movies while adding the... Hogwarts Legacy twist, and they could even add some twists of their own. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to put their own spin on it. They're going to put their own DNA and makeup on it and make it look different from the movies. But that's where we are, guys. So unfortunately, it doesn't show a whole lot, but still, as a fan, I can kind of put my imagination onto this and think to myself what it's going to look like. The stonework, the masonry, the archway, and having the Hogwarts students in that. It's going to look incredible. But for me, it's just the fact that it's tangible, that the show is being built, the sets are being built, it's going to start filming soon. We have our cast members, and it's just an exciting time to be a Potter fan. It really is. So guys, you see these images and this information here, jump into the comment section, leave your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on what you think of these behind the scenes images. Does it get you more excited for the show, if you weren't excited already? And just let me know what you think of them. Is there anything that maybe I missed that you picked up on in these images that you would like to talk about? If so, leave your thoughts down in the comment section, as I say. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel to help support the content, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with more Harry Potter news and movie news that we have going on the channel. And with that down, as always, I will see you in the next video.